Cam, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Hey, what's the weirdest thing you've ever heard about this ride? What's the weirdest thing about this ride?
Do the dolls come alive at night?
So today is going to be a really fun one because we are going to try to explore the creepypasta that I put up the other day detailing about the missing family on It's a Small World. Now, although we really shouldn't be giving too much entertainment to creepypastas, this one is a very interesting creepypasta. And if you guys read a lot of creepypasta, it's kind of, there's a couple of things. Although it's very fiction, there's some fact that's still listed in there. So I want to kind of explore a couple of things and a couple of theories that it brings. Number one, I want to talk about the cameras. Has there ever been cameras on It's a Small World? From my knowledge, there hasn't been, but I really want to look into that. Two, how would a family of 4 leave the raft? If you guys know, it's a water ride, so a lot of times you can't get off the ride, and it's very evident that you can't. So that's the next thing. And the third thing, and it's a silly thing, but can a security guard request to work inside because of lack of AC? Curious. So there's a couple of things about that creepypasta, the story, that I think is a bit of a couple of red flags. One, they don't call the animatronics inside It's a Small World dolls. I've never heard him ever referred to as dolls, but animatronics, that's a different thing. So I just think it's more of the wording that kind of is a red flag to me. The second thing, and I think it's the biggest thing that I want to look into first, the most important thing is the cameras. Now I know, like in yesterday's video, just to give you a little bit of movie magic, I don't know if some of those things I saw were cameras or not. I did see lighting rigs, but I did not see cameras, specifically a camera. There's a person that stands up top of the loading deck and they're watching people load so they can see them. So the use of a camera on that portion becomes irrelevant. So that's kind of one of the next things that we're going to take a look at. It's probably the most important question I have for this creepypasta. So the part that makes this a little bit more questionable as far as like 700 times is that right now it's a 30-minute wait. So I think mathematically it may not make a whole lot of sense for 700 times in a single day. Not in a single 12-hour day anyway. Just being mathematical for a second, if that's half an hour and the family rode it for 700 times, in a single day they would have only been able to ride it 24 times. That's twice every hour. So 700, they're practically stuck on the ride for eternity, especially if there are more pictures being added. So that only increases the amount of time the family had been stuck on the ride progressively. And probably you can even account that even to this day, still be accounted for over and over and over again. Joining me on the hunt of this mystery family is Dom. It is pretty terrifying.
It is very terrifying.
So just a quick debunk here. I don't directly see cameras on the ride. Right back here are lighting fixtures, so like when it's nighttime, the lights kick on to make sure that this part is illuminated. I know they have lights up top, there's also steaming lights right over here. So I don't, off the top of my head, see any cameras. That is kind of where that building comes from. But if there's a person in that building, would they need a camera? You found some creepy facts about It's a Small World.
Creepy facts about It's a Small World. Lots of creepy whatnots going on here. You know, dolls coming to life, people being on the ride and then just being gone off the ride, like your case here.
Right.
It happens. It happens, people. Creepiest fact that I see all the time is about the dolls coming to life at night when the workers are in here cleaning and the ride is shut down. Some of them, you know, have on different clothing. Some of them are in one spot one day and then another spot the next day. It changes all the time.
If you guys see a missing family on the ride, let me know. I'm totally not kidding. If they find a missing family, I want to know first. So what we're talking about is like the white room at the end. Is that I thought it was supposed to be togetherness, but it's supposed to represent that they're all dead.
And they're heaven.
And they're all in heaven. Rest in peace. All right, here we go. We're gonna try to ride this a couple times, only because I want to get back into that queue line and see if there's anything else I can see in there. Hi! So this is the only spot that I can see the family would have made their escape. There's this platform right here, but it leads to a door that they may or may not have been able to get out of. But the rest is a moat. So far I don't see anything out of the ordinary. There's also these dolls that are like floating in the air that I've never really noticed before. The other thing that I see as well is this part right here. Like, and I think this is for like boat transfers, but as you can see, it leads out this way. So you can swap boats or whatever, but the family would have had to get into the water to escape. Granted, I think the water is probably about a good like, maybe 3 feet deep, because I can still see gravel and coins and like, I don't know what that was. But you still have to get into the water in order to cross anywhere. What is happening here?
Maybe the hippo was me.
Maybe? So here's spot number 2 that I question. They can exit this ride. There's a stairwell here with an emergency exit that leads up. And it looks like there was a person right here. What's going on with that animatronic right there? There's another transfer point right here. There's another area if they were to escape. But still, they gotta get in the water. Point number 3, this leads to an emergency exit here. You don't have to touch water, you can go right to the platform. Look at that. Dom says it's the first time he's ever noticed the dolls are blinking. Every so often you see them blink their eyes. Did you catch it? Exit point number 4, right here, I think there's an stairwell behind that area right there. So they can just get off and walk right on.
Same song over and over. Could this be their heaven or could this be their hell?
So you're saying that these people are trapped inside this construct of heaven.
Yes.
Where they're all wearing white and it's an eternal carnival.
It is.
Like, what do they do with the missing people?
On the left was not there a month ago.
So this one wasn't here at all?
No, it was gone. There was nothing in that spot. I remember it being odd that there was only a female and not a male. As you can see right there. Now there's a male.
They finally got my name.
I think that's a...
But this one here, I think this is the scanner for your magic bands. I thought it was a camera. I still want to assume it is. But I don't know what it does. So there's a couple of things I think just after riding it and just kind of knowing what I know, it is a little bit creepy, especially when you ride It's a Small World and trying to get a sense of what may have happened, even though there's a good chance that it's probably fiction. What do you think? I think I changed Dom's mind about the ride. He's probably really frightened.
I'm quite frightened. I don't think I'll do it as often. I definitely won't do it alone.
I would love, and I don't know if it's possible, but I would love to do the ride, one boat, one man, and just ride the ride.
That's a daring field trip right there.
Like, I really would love to try it because some rides take like a different feel when you ride it by yourself. I remember riding The Mummy at Universal by myself. One ride, one car, and it was a horrifying ride by itself. So
that sounds like it would be a horrifying experience.
It's terrifying.
But
hey Dom, do you know any creepy stories about Dumbo? What's the craziest thing you heard about Dumbo, Richard?
Like about people here?
Yeah, just on the ride.
On the ride, people just like, you know, have you seen The Lion King?
Yeah.
Yep, with their kids.
So in order to move Dumbo, you can use this lever and you can move around. The only thing I hope is that this ride is a lot longer than Astral Orbiters, which I think is a much shorter ride. And here we go. We're up and away. And my thing doesn't work. My thing doesn't work. No. My switch. See, Dom's moving. My buddies are moving. My switch. This is unfortunate because her head is still on her body.
yes, very unfortunate.
While I give you the orders.
So we're trapped on the ride.
Trapped underwater without oxygen tanks.
So, some tells me I've angered the gods that it's a small world and they know like what I'm looking for. Because there's been like a string of bad luck that has happened, like so far today. My joystick wouldn't move on Dumbo. We got stuck on Little Mermaid. I'm getting too close to the truth, it feels like. Shut down Haunted Mansion right now. We're getting close to the truth. I think the more you start looking into something, it has to be a cover-up of some sort. More than like they punish you.
The dolls are alive.
Run, dude, run. All right, it's now or never. One of us lives, one of us dies.
Make the ground shake.